Can you imagine a world without the internet? 30 years ago, almost nobody used the internet. In 2000s, number of active users started to grow rapidly, and today there are almost 5 billion active internet users. Now the time has come when we are on the edge of creating a new internet, Web 3.0. In this video, I will walk you through the history of the web and explain to you what Web 3.0 is and why it is very important for every user. So let's start with explaining Web 1.0. Web 1.0 is the beginning of the internet when everyone used Internet Explorer and we had those old websites which were not user-friendly. There was no algorithm that could serve you with the content you wished for, and it was mostly company-owned websites. Companies hosted the websites and generated content that readers could not interact with. It was a read-only web. Users were there to absorb the content, and the whole web was not customer-centric. Web 1.0 was also called the static web. Everything changed when companies understood the possibilities of data provided on the internet. What made us evolve in the Web 2.0 were new technologies. We are talking about JavaScript, HTML5 and CSS. What they did is they enabled users to interact with the websites. That was the birth of social media networks such as Facebook and Twitter, where users could create content. It began to be a user-centric web, especially when companies understood how they can benefit from it. Companies are collecting data to serve you with the content you want, and they do so by tracking every word you type and everything you see on the web. On one hand, it can be pretty scary as it seems like we are being monitored, but on the other hand, it is pretty cool when Google knows exactly what you need. The problem with Web 2.0 is that it is fully centralized around those huge corporations which are responsible for our data privacy. You probably heard many times about Facebook's data leak or even experienced a 10-hour network shutdown, which is a pretty normal thing to happen when you have a website on a centralized server. When you post a picture, that information goes to a centralized server and from there is distributed to other users. Your privacy is in the hands of the owner of that server. But also, since the information is being sent to their servers, it is not immune to censorship. Many times Twitter and YouTube block the content which they found inappropriate. And here is where Web 3.0 comes into play. Web 3.0 aims to be a decentralized version of the internet we have today. With the help of blockchain technology, information is sent across the whole network. It cannot be censored, and the owner of the content is known because it is recorded in the blockchain. It is an era of user-generated content with ownership rights. Now, someone can argue that they can download the picture their friend posted and publish it on their own, even though the friend withdrew it. And that is just one of the challenges that Web 3.0 faces. It is a new space which will take time to evolve, but it is sure interesting and will attract many new innovations in our world. Web 3.0 runs on decentralized applications. You can think of the apps as your normal applications that you use on your phone or desktop. However, they are not run by a single server, but by a blockchain network. They look pretty similar to the end user and they can do pretty much the same as the ones we are used to now. For example, there is Steemit, which is a social network app where people can post content and communicate. There are plenty of dApps that are being built in the crypto ecosystem. If you want me to do a video explaining decentralized applications and how they will be used, write it down in the comments. And that's it, guys. Web 3.0 definitely has the potential, but it still has some obstacles to overcome before changing the internet as we know it. For sure, it will be an interesting journey to witness. And of course, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.